Yes. Here we are once again, another illustrious episode of WTF We Talk Facts. It is your boy, Strick, and his partner, his brother, his friend, C-Bo, the bald-head nut, Clester Johnson.
In the house.
Senior.
Funky fresh.
Yeah. How you doing today, my guy? I mean, listen, we're going to keep it rolling. We're just going to keep flowing. We're going to keep rolling. We're going to keep putting out content. We thank you guys for joining us and tapping in on it. Always, when you get a chance to come on and check out our platform, whether it be by way of quicks or snaps or any of our other platforms that we're on, which is Instagram, it's all WTF Reloaded. Go there, like, share, and follow, because we would love to make sure that you're going to get this content when it comes out, because we're going to be talking about a host of different things: life, the pursuit of it, sports, how things are working in the landscape of life all around, family. It's going to be a treasure trove of information that we're going to be talking about and topics we're going to drop here with a sports twist on it, but we dig a little bit deeper. Clester Johnson, tell us about what's going on with you, how your day going today, man, and about this continuous content we're going to keep putting out here on WTF Reload.
You know, Eric, I'm happy again that we are back rolling. It feels good. It feels normal, feels natural. It feels like I'm talking to my brother in the basement. You know what I'm saying? Just different subject matters. And
it's a little bit more real than the barbershop.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
This is even more real than the barbershop to me.
I agree.
But I think today's topic is really going to hit home with a lot of us, particularly athletes who've had success, even the ones who haven't had a lot of success, but you're just out there for the enjoyment of it. Today, Eric, we're going to talk about sports and music. And then we're going to kind of transition on a little bit to music. And we're going to hit it from a high level, because I think this is something that we can talk about continuously. You know, we can have probably a few episodes about what we're going to talk on today, but sports and music. And let me just read a little overview of how the internet interpreted sports and music. They are deeply interconnected, with athletes using music for motivation, relaxation, and improved performance, while fans experience music at sporting events to build energy and team spirit. So when Eric and I was off air, just kind of mulling this one over, we thought about, man, you know, before a game, what did I listen to before a game? What got me hyped? Because it can play a part in your mental. It can play a part in your energy. I mean, even just sitting at home, you put music on, cleaning your car, whatever, cleaning the house. You have certain music that drives you, that energizes you. You got music that can make you mad. You got music that can make you sad. You got music that when you're going through something, Eric, you put that music on, and you're like, man, there are certain songs, Eric, when I put them on the day, it takes me back. It's very nostalgic. Yeah. It could be a relationship. It could be a game. It could be the locker room.
It could be the C. Johnson basement party that paid the rent.
Absolutely. But, you know, Eric, what was hot back when we was playing?
Like, are we going to go college, high school? Where do you want to start this whole conversation? Because it would vary.
I want to start college. Okay. You know, college is really where you were coming into your own. You're not with mom and dad anymore. You're meeting new personalities within, on your teams, outside the teams. And, you know, what all the fellas were listening to sometimes drove you to listen to certain things. So we had some guys on our team at the time that really had some West Coast. We had some West Coast influence on the team, what made me check out stuff like E40, right? You know, I listened to some E40. I listened to some Spice One back in the day.
Welcome to the ghetto.
And
Yeah.
People always talk about SIBO, or not people, but my man East Treasy talk about SIBO. If y'all look up SIBO, he talk about him being the bald head nut.
Yeah, that's where we get that from.
These are songs I remember that would drive me. And then on top of that, you had Dr. Dre.
Mm-hmm.
The Chronic had just kind of hit at that time.
Doggy Style.
Man, I put some of that on.
The NWA was hot.
Oh, man. So,
you can throw NWA and get rowdy. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You had your DMX.
Ice Cube.
You had your Ice Cube.
GOC.
I remember putting that stuff on and just being like, I'm ready to run through this wall.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy how music can do that to you, right? Music can have that kind of influence. Talk about, Erick, you had much success transitioning, going into the pros. We have a 9-year NBA veteran right here, Erick Strickland. Erick, you had a lot of distractions going on being a pro. You had family, you had friends. What got you in that zone where you took all that stuff away? You tuned that away. What did you put on?
So, somebody that we're hoping to get on our show, we're going to work on that.
Okay.
But I had a rhythm and a flow. I wasn't Joe Boo. If you watch Major League, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't Joe Boo lighting the candles and, had the incense going. I didn't have those type of, pregame rituals, so they would say. But I did have a routine. And I would get there at a certain time. There would be certain things that I would eat. But then I would start with meditation or visualization.
Okay.
And that's a topic we'll get to. Hopefully we'll have, that guest and we'll discuss that more. But I would start with visualization. I literally would go, this is in college now, even in the pros, I would go into the shower and I would take one of my stools or chair and I would just sit against the backdrop. I would just think about all the assignments. I would think about who I was playing. No music. It would just be quiet. I'd have my headphones on so I could just be tuned in within myself. And after a certain period of time, I would then put on a little bit of R&B, old school, 80s.
Okay.
Just to start me off on a mellow tip, just to kind of, just be still calm and not, shock my body, like MC Rain. The shock of the hour. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to shock the hour.
Listen, they don't know about the shock. They don't know about the shock of the hour.
You know what I'm saying?
Or kiss my black ass.
Right.
They don't know
about that. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to do that, man. So I started off nice and smooth. I would go out, get some jumpers in. And that was what was different between us two. And I'm going to let you talk on the football side. But what was different between, like me, is you see kids today, SIBO, and they're out and they're working on their game and there's no sweat. They dry as a bone. I mean, they need pause, dry rub. You know what I'm saying? They need to be marinated, you know what I'm saying, with some sweat. And the issue was, like, I went out there and for me, my workout routine was as if I was in the game. So I was sweating. I put up a leather. Then I would go sit back down, maybe jump in the shower real quick, wash off, or just now get into my assignment. Then, before we had the board work, it was some hardcore. It was Tupac. It was, I ain't never scared. Now this is a little bit later. This is more pros. But it was some hard. It was, you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this, Erick, before you transition back to me. Were you superstitious? And when I say superstitious, we kind of off a little bit. Is there certain things you will wear?
Nah.
All the time?
Nah.
A certain pair of socks, certain pair of underwear, no undershirt. No, you wasn't superstitious like that?
Nah, I wasn't like that.
Shoes.
There were people that were.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, I would personally, I might wear my shoes in a game. I might switch them out each game. Or at worst case, I might wear them maybe twice because they're already broke in, and I like that broke in feeling.
Right.
But then when they got too broke in, I would need to switch them. So we had shoe contracts. So literally, if we want a shoe, we just go get another pair. Like they would bring, on a road trip, they bring 6, 7, 8 pairs of your shoes, in case. So that was the thing. But in college, it was really, it was focused on the task. I was always locked in, and I was in my own zone. Now, mind you, you remember we had the Walkman back then. Yeah. So you had to come with the CD joint. Yeah. You remember the big stack?
Absolutely.
I
remember that.
We had to pull the CDs out.
So I remember if I was to go R&B, Eric, I would probably put on Jodeci, The Aura. Listen, I know.
I don't care what anybody say.
I know for some people that's a bad
touchy
word, but listen, and
what he did.
Yeah, and our era, The Aura. He did a lot for us. For our soul. But I was, Jodeci, R. Kelly, Joe was another one that was kind of live for me.
Yeah, because they had a little edge to them. Would you agree?
Yeah, they little edge. That's when hip hop and R&B was merging, kind of intertwined. Yeah. Shout out to like I'll Be Sure. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now I could play him just when I after the game. You know what I mean? When you just throw Albie on, when you get that call after the game. If you have a good game, cuz we posted one of your videos of you catching a touchdown pass. There was the phone would be ringing.
So, Case.
Okay. Touch Me, Tease Me.
Mary J. Yeah. Mary J.
What's the 411, hun?
Yeah, man. She. She had some cuts back in the day, but those things, it really I don't think people really talk about that enough. How music gets you into that mode of how you're going to play, because it can calm you, or it can get you high,
elevate you.
Then let's kind of talk
real quick. I think some people would be surprised that I would even branch out farther than just R&B and hip hop and all. Yeah. I would actually go and listen to some light rock.
Okay.
Sometimes if I wanted to get rowdy, I would listen to Metallica, Into the Sandman, something like that. I would do it sometimes. And sometimes it depends on who I'm playing, right? Like, who am I guarding? Who am I playing depends on how I want to get rowdy.
I can remember this old school group called Level 42. Level 42 was introduced to me through my uncle Vernon. Shout out to my Uncle Vernon. And that it's a CD that they came out with. It's called World Machine. Had a ton of cuts on it. And that CD stayed with me forever. So shout out to Level 42. I worry about today's athlete and music.
Yeah.
We so old school. We came up in the hip hop era. 80s, 90s, like when it was really starting to get hot, what they call the golden era of hip hop. And everything evolves, right? So I have sons and a daughter that are in that 20, they're late 20s now. Early 30. And now it's like, they have who they think is hot, Eric. And just like your parents and my parents, when we were listening to the Tupacs, the Biggies, the Jay-Z's, I'm a big Jay-Z fan. They would be like, "Yo, what is this?" I mean,
what could you listen to and what couldn't you? And I see your situation is a little bit different.
Yeah, a little different.
Your situation is a little bit different. Like, there's some things like I could listen to Heavy D.
Right.
I can listen to Kwame.
Okay. Which one? Good special ed. Yeah, good
special ed. There's some, but if my pops heard 100 Miles and Running, or lick my mouth. And they heard that coming out the room, there's a whole different discussion. And if you know, you know. So that's the difference as well.
Yeah, I come from a musical background. I lived with my uncle in high school, and he was a DJ. So we used to get all of that music, and it was okay. It was okay. Maybe my aunt was a little bit more testy about it, but my uncle, he didn't care. We would get stuff like, I don't know if you remember, like 3 Times Dope and Skinny Boys. Like we get some of that offshoot R&B.
Oh yeah.
And shout out to LL Cool J. Like that was our stuff. I mean, that's what we would listen to. But again,
in crates, the old wax
in crates.
Yeah.
While I was counting beats.
Yeah.
So we can.
That's real DJing.
Yeah. We would count beats. I put the sticker with the beat number on it, so he know how to mix in the records, right? Be like, oh, this is a 300 beat. This is a 300 beat. We can put them together. Yeah. I did all that. Yeah. But anyway,
now the computer does that for you.
That's right. That's right. I find myself having these back and forths with my kids and my nephew about today's music. Have I listened to some of today's music?
That's it.
Yeah. I think that's a song. I didn't know, obviously there's a lot of littles, like the little babies and no knock to any of them. The babies, Lil Baby. I don't really put Lil Wayne. I think Lil Wayne was just like right on the edge of who I was as a hip hop listener. I guess I didn't, there was some Lil Wayne music that I thought was good, but I feel like I'm before that.
So the question then becomes, do you feel that music today sounds the same? Like back, I would say back in the day, there was some
hype where I listen to today's music and go do sports.
Well, there's a guy that he's on Instagram. You don't see him because you don't have socials, but this dude comes out and like he would say, like for example, he would be dressed like he was from LA.
Okay,
so we have all the tattoos. He'd have on the white tee. With a little, maybe a flag in his head. He would be from Chicago. He'd have the Pooh Shiesty mask on. He would dress like that. And he would be from New York. He would have a New York jersey on. He would be walking like. But then he had an Atlanta one on, and he came out looking like Slim Thug.
Oh no!
And I said, dang, but that's an explanation of kind of what it is. Like to me. Outside of certain people, music sounds all the same. Lyrically, they're all the same. There's no uniqueness in it. Whereas back in the day, you had conscious rap, you had, gangster, you had
fun rap.
You know what I'm saying? You had like your Kwame's and your Kid and Plays, which was fun. So LL Cool J love rap. You had a lot of different styles, and I thought that was what made it unique. Well, do you see the difference?
So what I've tried to do, Eric, is be the not get off my lawn guy. There's people out there who just won't embrace it, and there's some stuff that I tried to embrace and just try to listen to it because again, this culture, this is what they know, right? And when they listen to it, they are nostalgic about what was playing during their time. Just like you and I, certain things hit us differently. Like if I throw on some Jodeci, it's going to hit me differently than Chris Brown, right? Although I think Chris Brown has great music, but I remember when I was in my apartment downtown Lincoln, Jodeci on with a candle going, you know what I'm saying? And a smelly candle with some Jodeci playing. It just puts you in a different era.
Don't get the knock at the door and playing.
No. That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother another discussion. But I think about today's
Touch you. Oh, baby, let me touch you.
I think about today's athlete and what they listen to, like what kind of gets them hyped before games. It's very intriguing.
Yeah, you don't want to play that in the pause generation. You come in and listen to your headphones, and you go touch you. Hey, wait a minute, they're gonna be like, "Wait, bro, what you trying?
Yeah.
What you stop? Pause."
I do know that I think Chris Brown is hot.
Yeah, he's
big
catalog right now. Big catalog.
Yes. Obviously,
Usher.
I would think Chris is probably on top.
Chris is probably on top right now in the R&B game for sure.
I mean, you got Neo.
I'm not there, but I hear what you're saying.
You got Usher.
Usher's up there, but Chris right now.
And I can see myself listening to some of their music before game. Matter of fact, Usher go all the way back to.
Yeah.
I mean, he go back to the 90s.
12, yeah.
Early 2000s.
Yeah.
I mean, he been around for a minute.
Mid-90s. Yeah.
Yes.
He was only a teen, but
he was a teen, but he had cut.
What, we only 35, so Usher had to have been about 30.
Right.
That part.
But anyway, it's a very intriguing discussion, and we're gonna have to have some of our younger compadres on to have a little debate, Eric, just about today's music in sports versus yesteryear's day of sports and music. Because I remember Ice Cube saying this. He used to say rappers wanted to be ball players. Mm-hmm. Ball players wanted to be rappers. I remember Master P. Mm-hmm. Like he went out for what did he go out for? We
actually played them in an exhibition game when he was with Toronto.
Right.
He was with the preseason.
What was it
with
Toronto? With Toronto?
Yeah.
J. Cole, like I know he plays ball.
I think he was with Toronto, and he might have been with New Orleans. One. I think he was out a couple times. I know one of those times we played him.
I know 2 Chainz was a college ball player.
Quavo can play.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's Quavo. I think it might be Quavo. Yeah. I think Quavo.
So the two are very much intertwined.
J. Cole, you said, right?
J. Cole.
Can hoop.
He can hoop. Plus, I think he's like 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
Like he's not a
Montel Jordan.
Can he play?
6'8".
But can he play?
I don't know.
I don't know. He might be just
tall
for no reason.
Yeah.
He was just tall to sing.
Yeah. But that's a unique quality as well, because when you look at most singers and rappers, what is the one thing you notice about them? They're what?
Their height.
Their height.
Yes.
They are
little.
It's like
crazy.
That's crazy, right?
Because when you look at like Ludacris, T.I., a lot of them dudes is short.
Yeah, little.
It's very few rappers that got height.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg's tall.
Snoop Dogg's about what, 6'1"?
No, Snoop Dogg?
I think Snoop Dogg's about 6'1".
Snoop Dogg like 6'4", 6'5".
I don't think Snoop.
Oh man, let's look that up. Wiz Khalifa, tall. Jay-Z, 6'2".
Jay-Z like 6'2".
The other one that's tall is out of Philly. What's his name? Why can't I think of his name right now? Meek Mill.
Meek's is tall?
Meek Mill tall. Meek Mill like 6'3", 6'4".
Wow.
Yeah. But it's very few of them.
It's few.
Like even DMX was short.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them dudes are short. But where we at on time?
Well, we're gonna close it out, man. I think that's a good start. Listen, jump in the comments. Let us know your thoughts on music and the effect of music in sports and music and how you feel about it and what's your thoughts and what gets you hyped. What is the thing that even your keel in work, just mellows you out when things are hectic and awry? What is that thing that gets you ready, prepared? Let us know in the comments. We appreciate you guys for always joining in WTF.
Spirited discussion.
Spirited discussion, and there'll be
Tap
more to
that
come.
Subscribe on that WTF Reloaded.
Yeah.
We have more fun discussion.
Hit that like button, smash it, as they would always say. But that's going to do it for us right here on this episode, WTF Reloaded. We'll be back for another one. You will see us
Peace.
Be ready to check out all the episodes, but hit that notification button as well so that when we pop up, you get a chance to see more of WTF Reloaded. We'll see y'all next time right here. Same bat time, same bat channel. We out. Peace.